Shadows of the Throne. In the eerie silence of the moonlit night, the castle stood like a sentinel, its towering walls casting elongated shadows across the barren courtyard. Within its ancient halls, whispers of treachery swirled like phantoms in the darkness, weaving a tale of horror and despair. "We fight for our queen," the words echoed ominously through the corridors, a chilling reminder of the bloodshed that stained the tapestries of history. My father, a stern patriarch bound by duty and honor, had once chosen me as his rightful successor. But his final breaths had borne witness to a betrayal most foul, as Alison's son now sat upon the throne that should have been mine. The weight of injustice bore down upon me like a suffocating shroud, my heart heavy with the burden of vengeance. I vowed to reclaim what was rightfully mine, to wage war against the usurper who dared to defy the natural order of succession. As the realm teetered on the brink of chaos, the once unbreakable bonds of loyalty dissolved into dust, swept away by the winds of ambition and greed. The oath sworn to King Viserys and his rightful heir hung like a specter over the fractured land, a testament to the folly of men who had forsaken their honor in pursuit of power. Amidst the turmoil, whispers of a dark force known only as the Hype House spread like wildfire, their presence a harbinger of doom. Their march towards the castle sent shivers down my spine, their intentions veiled in shadow and mystery. The terms laid before me were as cruel as they were simple: renounce my birthright and kneel before the false king, or watch as my ancestral home burned to the ground, consumed by the flames of treachery. But I refused to yield to their demands, my resolve unyielding in the face of impending doom. As the days stretched into weeks, the line between sanity and madness blurred, the desire for retribution gnawing at the edges of my mind like a ravenous beast. In the depths of night, twisted visions haunted my dreams, their whispers of blood and fire searing my soul with every waking moment. The once proud halls of the castle now lay cloaked in darkness, their walls echoing with the anguished cries of the damned. Shadows danced along the corridors, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock my futile defiance. "We fight for our queen," the voices whispered, their words dripping with malice and scorn. But as I stood alone in the heart of the castle, I knew that the true battle lay not in the physical realm, but in the depths of my own tortured psyche. For when the desire to kill and burn took hold, reason was but a distant memory, lost amidst the chaos and carnage that had consumed us all. And in that moment of clarity, I realized that the true horror lay not in the darkness that surrounded me, but in the shadows of my own soul. If only I had known then what horrors awaited me, perhaps I would have chosen a different path. But alas, the die had been cast, and the fate of the realm hung in the balance as the final battle loomed on the horizon. "We fight for our queen," they said, but in the end, it was not the queen we fought for, but the shadows that lurked within us all. And as the first light of dawn broke through the storm clouds overhead, I knew that the true horror had only just begun. The Queen's Lament, Chapter 1, The Unforgiving Throne. In the heart of the kingdom of Eldoria, where the mist clung to the towering pines like a shroud, stood Castle Ravenwood, a monument to power and prestige. Within its hallowed halls, a tale of betrayal and anguish unfolded, casting a pall over the land. "We fight for our queen," the words echoed through the chambers, a haunting refrain that chilled the marrow in my bones. For I, Prince Aldrich, had been chosen by my father, King Reynold, to inherit the throne upon his passing. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As my father lay upon his deathbed, his once sharp mind clouded by illness, he spoke of his desire for me to succeed him. But in the cruel twist of destiny, Alison's son, a distant cousin with ambitions as sharp as a dagger's edge, now sat upon the throne that should have been mine. The realm trembled on the brink of chaos, its people divided by loyalties torn asunder. The oath sworn to King Viserys and his rightful heir hung like a specter over the land, a reminder of the bonds that had once united us all. But amidst the turmoil, whispers of a dark force known only as the Hype House spread like wildfire, their intentions veiled in shadow and secrecy. Their march towards Castle Ravenwood heralded an impending storm, one that threatened to engulf us all in its fury. The terms laid before me were as cruel as they were simple. Renounce my claim to the throne and bow before the false king, or watch as my family's legacy crumbled to dust before my very eyes. But I refused to yield to their demands, my spirit unbroken despite the weight of despair that pressed down upon me. Chapter 2. The Realm's Descent. As days turned into weeks, the realm descended further into darkness, the line between friend and foe blurred by the haze of uncertainty. The desire for retribution simmered beneath the surface, a festering wound that threatened to consume us all. In the dead of night, the castle groaned with the weight of its secrets, its halls haunted by the echoes of past betrayals. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock my futile defiance. "We fight for our queen," the voices whispered, their words a chilling reminder of the bloodshed that stained the annals of history. But as I stood alone in the heart of the castle, I knew that the true battle lay not in the physical realm but in the depths of my own tormented soul. For when the desire to kill and burn took hold, reason was but a distant memory, lost amidst the chaos and carnage that had consumed us all. And in that moment of clarity I realized that the true horror lay not in the darkness that surrounded me, but in the shadows of my own tortured psyche. Chapter 3. The Queen's Redemption. But even amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope remained, a flickering flame that refused to be extinguished. For deep within the recesses of my mind, a voice whispered of salvation, of a path to redemption amidst the chaos. With newfound resolve, I sought allies among those who remained loyal to the true Queen, rallying them to my cause with promises of justice and retribution. Together, we formed a resistance, a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming despair. As the final battle loomed on the horizon, the castle walls trembled with anticipation, the air thick with the scent of impending doom. But I stood undaunted, my heart ablaze with determination as I faced my destiny head-on. "We fight for our queen," I declared, my voice ringing out like a clarion call against the encroaching darkness. And as the clash of steel echoed through the halls, I knew that though the night may be long and fraught with peril, the dawn of a new era was at hand. For in the end, it was not the Queen herself that we fought for, but the ideals she embodied: justice, honor, and the unyielding spirit of defiance in the face of tyranny. And as the first light of dawn broke through the storm clouds overhead, I knew that through the scars of war would linger for generations to come. The legacy of Eldoria would endure, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unspeakable darkness. The haunting of Ravenswood Manor. In the heart of the English countryside, nestled amidst a dense thicket of ancient oaks and winding ivy, loomed Ravenswood Manor. It stood as a testament to a bygone era, its ivy-clad walls weathered by centuries of whispers and secrets. Within its shadowy corridors, the echoes of a tragic past lingered like specters in the night, haunting those who dared to tread its hallowed halls. "We fight for our queen," the words reverberated through the musty air of the manor, a haunting refrain that seemed to seep from the very walls themselves. For generations, the Ravenswood family had sworn fealty to the crown, their loyalty unwavering in the face of adversity. But as the years wore on, whispers of madness and betrayal tainted their once noble name. It was in the twilight years of the 19th century that tragedy befell the Ravenswood family. Lord Edgar Ravenswood, a proud patriarch with a heart as cold as the winter winds, ruled over the manor with an iron fist. His eldest son, William, was his pride and joy, destined to inherit the family fortune and continue their legacy of servitude to the crown. But fate is a cruel mistress, and on the eve of William's coronation, tragedy struck. A fire born of unknown origins ravaged the manor, leaving death and destruction in its wake. Lord Edgar perished in the flames, his body consumed by the inferno that engulfed Ravenswood Manor. In the aftermath of the fire, William Ravenswood emerged as the sole survivor, his once proud demeanor replaced by a haunted emptiness that seemed to swallow him whole. With his father's death, he ascended to the title of Lord Ravenswood, but the weight of his newfound responsibilities bore down upon him like a leaden cloak. As the years passed, Ravenswood Manor fell into disrepair, its once grand halls now shrouded in darkness and decay. Whispers of a curse hung heavy in the air, whispered among the villagers who dared not speak its name aloud. They spoke of restless spirits, trapped within the confines of the manor, their anguished wails echoing through the night like a mournful lament. "We fight for our queen," the words echoed through the empty halls, a chilling reminder of the loyalty that had once bound the Ravenswood family to the crown. But as the shadows grew long and the darkness deepened, it became clear that something sinister lurked within the depths of Ravenswood Manor. Visitors to the manor spoke of strange occurrences, of flickering lights and ghostly apparitions that prowled the corridors at night. Some claimed to have heard the agonized cries of Lord Edgar Ravenswood, his voice echoing through the darkness like a vengeful specter, seeking retribution. But it was not only the spirits of the dead that haunted Ravenswood Manor. William Ravenswood himself seemed to be consumed by a darkness that threatened to swallow him whole. His once bright eyes were now hollow and lifeless, his once jovial demeanor replaced by a brooding silence that seemed to stretch on for eternity. As the years turned to decades, Ravenswood Manor became little more than a relic of the past, its once proud legacy fading into obscurity. Tales of its haunted halls became little more than whispers carried on the wind, spoken of in hushed tones by those who dared to remember. But even now, as the last vestiges of daylight fade into darkness, the echoes of the past still linger within the walls of Ravenswood Manor. And as the shadows deepen and the night draws near, one thing remains certain. "We fight for our queen," they whisper, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lies dormant within us all. And in the heart of Ravenswood Manor, the ghosts of the past await, their restless spirits bound to the manor for all eternity.